My name is Louis Silva, and I am the CEO and the main developer and designer for Lotus Marketing Solutions. And if you're watching this, it's basically because you've inquired about prices on a website and how much does a website cost. And it's a fair question. I get this question a lot by a lot of people. Most project managers that hire me as a company or subcontractor, or even as business owners who hire me to make a website or more than one website for them. They want to know how much is this going to cost, and they expect a price tag on it. It's very hard. It's very hard to come up with a price tag and say, okay, websites are this much, and that's it. Or even size it up, like small, medium, large, something like that. It's really not that simple. It's a lot like a grocery store cart. How much does a grocery cart, a full cart full of groceries, how much does that cost? It's impossible to tell. It depends how much stuff you put in there. It depends the quality of stuff you put in there. It depends which kind of products you put in there and whether you have sale items or not. So it really depends. And a website is pretty close in the same analogy. It depends on, how much design you're going to need, how many pages is there going to be, whether you need copywriting, whether you're going to need SEO, is it going to be responsive design, database integration, e-commerce, content management systems, social networks. I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So when you put all of that into one perspective, it's kind of hard to say, how much is it really going to be? It's hard to say. For example, my website is a great website, but if I were to price my personal website in comparison to Facebook, yeah, Facebook is worth millions. Not only because of the fan base and the way that it's possibly billions, not only because it's an established brand and everything, but the website itself is huge. It's huge. It's amazing. My website, on the other hand, not so much. It serves my purpose, but it's not as big as Facebook, so it will be priced a lot lower. So, but just to give you an idea of how much we charge, not how much we charge, but just to give you an idea how we stand against a local competitor. For me, for example, I will show you this. Now, this right here that you see on my screen, I decided to leave their name on the header, the logo, and the web address on the top. I decided to leave that out because although I'm using it as a comparison for my own prices and my own my own thing, I also don't feel like it's ethically right to defame somebody else just to put yourself out there and show how good you are. I think that people would know how good I am based on the services that I provide and my quality of work alone. I don't need to defame anyone. I don't need to defame my competition in order for me to stand out. I like to think I am an ethical, and fair business owner, so I will continue to do that. So hopefully I did manage to hide this company's name, but if you do see it and for some reason it pops up somewhere, I apologize ahead of time. I will make my best for you to hide it. But yeah, so basically let's go over this website calculator, web design calculator that they have, right? So as you can see here, gotta make sure not to hover over that, whatever that is, the menu. Okay, so yeah, so if you go here, you're gonna see that there is the number of pages, 1 to 10 pages. No design, no copywriting, no SEO, no responsive design, no database, no e-commerce, no content management system. This is like the smallest and basic, and this is probably going to be a black and white piece of landing page. Okay, so we'll see how much that is. And that's anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. So what they mean by $1,000 to $2,000 or low to high end is that $1,000 is going to be the bare minimum, which is probably going to be a one-page landing page. Like if you go to Facebook and you see every now and then an ad that pops up that says, buy my cookbook, right? For example, it's a cookbook that they want you to buy. And you click on it and you open it, and then you get to see this one long page that you have to scroll through, that it has like a bunch of different ads in it, and then buttons, click here to buy now, and it has a little videos of cooking and the picture of the book, and keep scrolling, more buttons to say to buy now and all of that, and then at the end, finally you buy it or you don't. And if you buy it, you pay it right there on that single page, and hopefully you get it in the mail sometime. So that's a landing page. It's a pitch. It's a funnel. It's called a funnel. It's a sales funnel. And so that's probably what they're talking about, $1,000. Now, if you actually need their website done with this specifications, nothing in it, just pages, right? Up to 10 pages, it's going to cost you nearly $2,000. So basically what I did here is I broke down their calculator. I broke down their calculations here, the way they are calculating, and the very, very minimum of one page is $1,000, and then every page after that is $111. So if you get 10 pages, it's going to be $2,000. If you get 5 pages, it's going to be about $1,444. 9 pages is going to be like that. If your website ends up being 20 pages, it'll probably climb up to $3,000. And let me tell you something. 20 pages is not uncommon. 20 pages is not uncommon at all. It's very, 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 very common. In fact, it's hard to keep a website under 10 pages. It's extremely hard to keep it under 10 pages, especially if you want it to be a successful and really good, solid website. Okay. So let's hide that away for now. So let's see what's happening here. So basically what you're going to get from here, let's say you do get the 10 pages, you're paying $2,000 for a website that has absolutely no design whatsoever. That's crazy. Let me show you what no design looks like. Let me open up my website. Let me type it up here, lotusmarketingsolutions.com. All right, so here we have my website. I'm actually going to open this into the window viewer here so you can actually see everything. There you go, that should fit. So anyway, so here you go. So this is my website. I have a little COVID-19 update there. Disregard that. This is where the actual website starts, right? So as you can see, it's styled. It has design. All of these colors and stuff and everything on the logo, all that stuff has design, right? So let's look at that, what they mean by it, and now no design whatsoever. So if I go to here to sources, and nope, actually I'm gonna do it differently. If I go here to my head here and look for the CSS that is being loaded, right? That's the JavaScript CSS right here. So if I look at that and I take it off, I basically deleted it, but didn't actually delete it from the site. So once I refresh the browser, it'll come back up. Trust me, I didn't break my site. I just basically hid the styles. So this is what my website would look like if I didn't have any design added to it. Look at this, and and still some of it is still coming through from other CSS that I have in there, but my main CSS is not even added in there. So look at this. Would you pay $2,000 for this? Seriously? No, I wouldn't. And this is still styled in some way. I'm not sure exactly what these other CSSs are coming from, because I had them probably broken down in different places. But it's been a while since I've been in my own website. But anyway, I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. So let me refresh that to make sure, to show you that I didn't actually delete anything. It was just for show. So you see, it's still there, right? So that's what all I wanted to really show is that when you buy $2,000 for no design, you're really like, why would you even spend that money? $2,000, not even $1,000. I wouldn't spend $500 on a website that doesn't have any design whatsoever in it. It's nuts. No copywriting of pages, no SEO at all, no, not responsive design. Responsive design means that when you go into a web browser, when you go into the web browser on your phone, you're gonna have to zoom and, with your fingers, you're gonna have to pinch in and out and then, to zoom into the content and then scroll to the right, scroll to the left, scroll, all that stuff. With responsive design, you shouldn't have anything to do. You don't have nothing. You don't have to do any of that. You basically, the website will load on the phone and then you'll be able to read it. And all you gotta do is just scroll down and just keep reading your website just fine. There's no scrolling left or right, no zooming. Everything will be big enough to see. All the buttons will be big enough for you to tap with your finger. Everything will be perfectly sized for your mobile device. Database integration if you need it, but in this case, I guess you don't. And e-commerce, basically, selling stuff and things like that. Content management system basically means that you will need your own website behind your website. So it's two websites. You have the front website and then you have a website behind it, which is for you only, for the administrator to use. And you will use this administrator website to load up photos and more content to your website, to basically just upload content to your website on your own without having to call your web developer and tell them, hey, listen, I got these photos. Can you put these photos up in my site? You can do it yourself with a content management system. But that also costs more because it's an additional section to the website behind your website. So it makes it more complicated and more costly. And also it slows down the website a little bit. I always suggest to not do that, not go the content management route unless you're going to be a blogger or something like that. Don't do it. Just do your normal website and send any updates that you want to do to your website. Send it to your web designer, your web developing company, me in this case, and let us upgrade your site with your new content. The reason why I say that, it's not because I'm trying to get more money from you. I mean, yes, that costs an extra monthly charge, but that's not my main purpose. That's not what I am trying to get at. The reason why I'm telling you that would be the best way is because you have your business. You have to make money. Okay, your job is to take care of your business and keep up with your business and make sure that your business is making money. Your job is not to stop doing your work so you can go take care of your site, of your website. Okay, your job is not to stop doing your work so you can go and do something that I could do for you. Okay, and when I say I it could be anybody that you hire to do this, so long as they're competent to do it. So I'm not just talking about myself, but yeah, that's, just you worry about your business, you worry about doing your things. If you have any updates to do to the site, anything to do to the site, make sure you send an email to me, for example, and say, hey, listen, I got these photos I need up. I got these new products I want up. I got whatever. Can you put it up there? Sure. I may not be able to do it at the drop of the, just instantly, obviously. So that part is there are pros, and then these are the con, right? This is the negative part of it. You'll have to wait until I get to, in a list of tasks and other jobs that I have to do for the clients. You have to wait until I get to it. But we're fairly quickly at keeping up with that stuff, and you'll have it like really quick. Sometimes within the 24 hours, sometimes even within a couple of hours, it'll be up there. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but most times it's quick. So yeah. So back to this. This is as cheap as possible. You can get $1,000 for nothing, and $2,000 still for nothing. Just a little bit more of nothing. So let's look at another quote. Let's just be a little bit more realistic. Let's say you stay within the 10 pages, but you actually do get some design on this time, right? Let's not go too crazy. All right, come on. Broke on me. Their site broke. Okay, let me refresh their site because it looks like their site just broke. And I apologize for this. This will take just a second. It depends how fast their website responds. Oh, that was crazy. Okay. All right, so let's stay within the 10 pages. There we go. But let's add a little bit of design, right? Simple yet attractive. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. The other one is modularly stylized. Still don't know what that means. High end and world class. Can I tell you? You can't measure design, okay? You can't say, you can't come home and tell your wife, hey honey, I just bought 3 design. I just bought 400 design. What is design? Designed items. Sure, you can. I bought 3 designed items, if that makes any sense. However, design itself, you know, it's like it's like saying hard work. How much you want to pay me for working? Okay. Well, I will charge you for work, I will charge you for hard work, and I will charge you for a lot of hard work, and I will charge you for extreme hard work. How do you measure that? What is exactly work and hard work and a lot of hard work and extreme hard work? Okay, you can't. It's not something that you can count. It's not counting. You can't count design. Okay. So I don't understand what they mean by simple yet attractive or modularly stylized or high end. But we're gonna go with the simple yet attractive. Okay. Now keep in mind, you probably are thinking, well, but you're using a calculator from a company that are just probably not very, relevant in the business, or they probably don't know what they're doing. They probably are trying to just figure things out themselves. No, this company that I have on the screen here, that I don't want to put the name out, has been year after year awarded the #1 company in the area in central Pennsylvania, and they are huge, huge. So trust me, this is not just some guy that is trying to put a calculator on his website. No, this is a big company. So anyway, simple yet attractive. Copywriting of pages. I'll be honest. That does make sense to cost a lot more, because for that you need to bring an extra person that would be able to actually write content for your site, and that I couldn't even tell you anything about that because I don't know anything about it, but you need a content copywriter for this. So we'll leave that alone. SEO, okay. So SEO, I would say that you need, it says SEO with placement guarantee. First of all, I don't even know what that means. I don't know why people say placement guarantee. You cannot guarantee placement for every client that you have openly, like the way they do it. That's just incredible. There's only 10 spots, 10 to 12 spots on the first page of Google. Okay. Say, for example, I have 13 clients in retail. No, less 13 clients that are mechanics. And I openly say here, first page placement guarantee. How can I do that? If I have 13 clients, right, and I openly guaranteed it to all 13 of them, but I have 12 spots on the first page of Google, somebody's not going to be on that first page. So that doesn't make sense that they will guarantee such a thing. But people do this, okay? Don't fall into that. Don't fall into that false sense of security that SEO is guaranteed. SEO is not guaranteed, okay? You could end up being on the first page of Google, and in many ways, and still not even make a sale. It depends on your prices. It depends on the quality of your product. It depends on, how trusted your brand is. So many other things that have to do with actually selling and making a sale, that people think that, oh, just as long as I'm in the first page of Google, I will be millionaire. No, not really. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say about SEO. I don't know why I said that. But let's say you don't want any SEO, any extreme SEO. What do they have here? They have 30 keywords. Wow, look at that. They're still doing keywords. Google stopped using keywords as a ranking or placement factor. I mean, years ago. They stopped years ago. That's amazing. Okay, never mind. Responsive design. God, I hope every website by now is responsive. The non-responsive design stopped late 90s, maybe early 2000s. So I'm gonna put yes because that's most accurate. So I'm just picking a website that is like accurate, right? Database integration. Let's not go there. Let's not go to e-commerce and CMS. So here, this is what a normal design website, 10 pages. This is a small website, but a fairly nice website. Let's see what they have. Anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000. They're charging $3,000 for responsive design, just that alone, and $2,000 to $3,000 for design, which these two can go together. Responsive design and style of design, that could go together right there. Well, all right, let's get going. Let's pick another one. Let's pick something. Let's go to an e-commerce site. An e-commerce site is very likely to go to 50 or even more. So I will probably more than 50 because it will have a lot of pages. Design. I'm gonna keep it as simple yet attractive. Copywriting of pages, whatever. SEO, responsive, definitely. Database integration. If you have e-commerce, you have to have a database integration. What do they have? We'll go with the basic one. And you have to have a content management system. What you don't have to. You don't have to, but it will make it a lot easier unless you just want to send. Let's just not put that there. Let's just keep it on e-commerce only. Oh boy, here we go. 12,000 to 20,000 if you want an e-commerce site. Something to sell on your site. Okay, $12,000 to $20,000. That's one site, e-commerce, fairly designed, responsive, basic database integration, basic e-commerce functionality. Let's say you want to blog, last example. If you want to blog, you're probably going to have more than 50 pages as well. Simple yet attractive, sure. Here you may want to have some copywriting, that's for sure. But it looks like you're going to have to copyright all of them. It's per page, so. Responsive design, of course, and responsive design should just be a default. Database, you're going to need one. And you're going to get a content management system for this because that's how you're going to blog it. You're going to basically need to type it in like a Word document and publish it. $15,000 to $28,000. Copywriting is going to cost anywhere between $3,700 to $7,500. So even if you did take that out, it's going to be like $20,000. Taking the copywriting of the pages out will basically make your content possibly very unreadable. Not unreadable, but it will probably be full of grammar errors and content that is not engaging, and the blog will probably wouldn't be. And since it's a blog, it's all about content. You really want this copywriting to be strong. But even if you do take that out, that's only taking $7,500 off, so it's still going to be about $20,000 for a blogging page. That's pretty crazy. All right, so that's when I'm gonna end up, and that's when I'm gonna stop, picking on them. I just wanted you to see some of this, some of this cost, that you can see here for, come on, what did I do? All right, I'm not even doing this. What is he doing? This is funny. I'm not doing this. Oh, I think I just, okay. All right, I'm gonna go to their website. Just went crazy. All right, so I'm not impressed by their website. That's one, and I'm not impressed by their. I think it's crazy how some business out there actually spend that much money, and they are a very successful company. So they are obviously charging this, and there are people out there actually paying these prices. Okay. I just can't see myself. I can't seem to bring myself to the point of charging all that. Okay. I keep myself fair. I don't devalue myself. I don't charge super low, but I also know what's fair is fair, and I try to keep myself in there. So of course, I wish I could tell you, okay, well, now you saw the prices, let me tell you mine. I can't really tell you that unless I actually analyze your site, your project, and tell you, okay, based on what I see here, I think this is going to cost you this much, okay? But I do say this, I will say this, and I will guarantee this. It's not going to be those crazy prices. It's going to be a fraction of that. It's going to be much more affordable. And I have retainers that I charge, and then you charge the rest of it when the site is complete. So you don't end up paying for everything up front, but at the same time, you don't end up paying for everything at the end, and then I end up doing all the work for free. So it's kind of like an in-between. A retainer gets me hired, gets me going, and then secures the job, and then, so you don't abandon it. And then the remainder of it gets paid afterwards. Another thing I want to say is my satisfaction guarantee. Now that I can guarantee, okay? SEO, first page of Google, I don't guarantee that. But satisfaction guarantee, I do guarantee that. What do I mean by satisfaction guarantee? A lot of these companies, what they do is that they design a website for you, and they design like maybe 2 or 3 different wireframes and show it to you and tell you, hey, this is what they're going to look like. Pick one. Once you pick one out of the 2 or 3 of them, they'll get that one, and then they'll build it, and then they'll make it prettier or whatever and show it to you, and then you can change a couple of things on it, and that's it, done. Okay, they're not going to spend too much time on that, because all these hours that they go back to the design, they're going to charge you for it. Okay, I don't do this. The way I do it is I ask you a lot of questions to kind of read your mind, to kind of get a feel for what you're expecting. And once you get your website, once I get an idea of what the website should look like, I make it. Not the entire website. I make, a sample of it, and I show it to you. At that moment in time, you can tell me whether you like it or not. And if you like it and you love it and you give me the okay, it's sealed. I stop right there and I keep going, and that design doesn't change. It's sealed off. But if it doesn't meet your standards, if you don't like it, if it needs something else to it, okay, this is where I guarantee the satisfaction right here. If it needs something else to it, tell me. Hey, Louis, I love it. It's great, but not quite. There's something there that it's missing something. Maybe this, maybe that. Give me some feedback. And guess what? I will work on it. I will go back to it, and I will work on it. And I will do that as many times as it takes. I will do that 100 times if I have to make sure that when you give me the okay that you love it, I know that you love it. Why? Because if you're going to spend money on something, you're going to spend money on something that you like, okay? It has to be well spent. So by the time that I get that okay from you, I know that you've been satisfied, and I know that you're going to love it 100%. Then, at that point, that design gets shot into, gets in a safe, locked, closed, throw away the key. You can't change it. You can't come back after like a week later and say, you know what? Actually, let's make it different. No, it's already happened. It's already been. So, let's be fair. So, but for the most part, I will make sure that the initial design is approved by you and you like it. And I will do whatever it takes to make sure that I get there. All right. So I'm not going to take any more of your time. Hopefully this was very informational for you, and you could tell what prices are out there for different things. What are the different things that make the prices go up and down? What are some outrageous things that people are doing that I wouldn't do? And just kind of give you an idea of what a real professional website looks like, rather than something that a website creator would do for you in Wix.com or GoDaddy, which are horrible ways to go make a website. Okay? All right, guys. So it's been a pleasure.